This year brings new challenges and new adventures, especially for fans of the zombie game genre. In 2024, we will see the release of some highly anticipated zombie survival games that promise to bring excitement, action, and terror to your gaming experience. In this video, I will show you 13 new zombie survival games in 2024. State of Decay 3 is the highly anticipated third installment in the popular State of Decay series. The game is being developed by Undead Labs, a Seattle-based game development studio that specializes in zombie survival games, and is overseen by Xbox Game Studios, Microsoft's gaming division. First announced in 2020, State of Decay 3 aims to build upon the success of its predecessors while pushing the boundaries of the zombie survival genre. The developers at Undead Labs have expressed their ambition to create the ultimate zombie survival game, a vision they believe they can fully realize with this latest installment. In State of Decay 3, players can expect a deep and immersive survival experience. The game will likely continue the series' tradition of open-world gameplay, where players must scavenge for resources, build and manage communities, and fend off hordes of zombies in a post-apocalyptic world. The choices players make will have significant impacts on the game world and the survival of their communities. One of the most intriguing aspects of the State of Decay series is its emphasis on community survival rather than individual survival. Players must manage a group of survivors, each with their own unique skills and personalities, and make tough decisions that affect the group's morale and survival chances. While the release date for State of Decay 3 has not yet been announced, the game is already generating significant buzz in the gaming community. Fans of the series and newcomers alike are eagerly awaiting the chance to dive into this next chapter of survival, community management, and zombie-slaying action. Hard to imagine that a game simply called Project Z will release anytime soon, but this World War II zombie shooter has made quite the impression with its trailers. Not only does it provide a captivating atmosphere that infuses a bit of horror into the well-treaded genre setting, but visually the game offers beautiful lighting and textures. The developers are a fresh new German indie studio called 314 Arts, comprised of 9 total employees. It'll offer both single-player and online co-op zombie killing spectacles as players try to uncover Nazi secrets hidden on an occupied island. Now, you probably know this already, but there was an update. First off, John Carpenter, the same legend who directed the Thing movie and more than a handful of amazing horror shows, IPs, and video games, is developing and directing a first-person shooter, a zombie survival game called Toxic Commando. This game is actually packed with huge teams like Focus On Interactive and Saber Interactive. It's supposedly the first of a series of games. It's said to be coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles sometime in 2024. Showa American Story is an upcoming game that presents a unique and intriguing twist on the zombie genre. Set to release in 2023, the game takes place in an alternate history where Japan has taken over most of the United States. This unexpected backdrop sets the stage for a zombie outbreak, adding another layer of complexity to the game's world. In Showa American Story, players will navigate this alternate reality, dealing with the cultural and political implications of Japan's rule over America, while also contending with the threat of zombies. This blend of historical fiction and zombie horror creates a unique narrative context that distinguishes the game from other entries in the genre. The game setting during the Showa period of Japanese history suggests that players can expect to see a blend of American and Japanese cultural elements. This could manifest in the game's aesthetics, character designs, and even gameplay mechanics, offering a unique cultural fusion that sets it apart. The zombie outbreak in Showa American Story adds a layer of survival horror to the game. Players will need to contend with the undead threat while also navigating the socio-political landscape of this alternate history. This could involve combat, resource management, and perhaps even diplomacy, as players deal with both human and zombie adversaries. While specific gameplay details are still under wraps, the unique premise of Showa American Story promises to deliver a fresh and intriguing take on the zombie genre. With its blend of alternate history, cultural fusion, and zombie survival, this game is certainly one to watch out for in 2023. Technically, the game has been out on Steam Early Access since 2020, but the full game is set to arrive in 2024. So, if you've been waiting for the full experience, here you go. Night of the Dead features a woman named Lucy who is trapped in a city where zombies are everywhere. Oh, and she was somehow part of a human experiment. We're sure the two aren't related. The good news is that there are other survivors that she can communicate with. You'll guide her through the city and help her survive each day so that she can get out and be free. Do what it takes to beat the horde and survive. Blight Survival is an upcoming roguelite-style action game that promises to deliver a thrilling multiplayer experience. Set to release in 2023, this game allows up to 4 players to team up and face the challenges of a post-apocalyptic world together. In Blight Survival, players will need to scavenge for resources in order to survive. This involves pillaging and looting items from the environment, which can include anything from food and medical supplies to weapons and armor. The items players find can significantly impact their survival chances, adding a layer of strategy to the game. The game also features a robust equipment system. Players can choose their ideal armor and weapons based on their preferred playstyle. Whether you prefer to engage enemies from a distance with ranged weapons, or get up close and personal with melee weapons, Blight Survival offers a variety of options to suit your strategy. One of the unique aspects of Blight Survival is that players will need to fight against both human and monster enemies. This adds an extra layer of complexity to the game, as players will need to adapt their tactics depending on the type of enemy they're facing. As a roguelite game, Blight Survival features procedurally generated levels, ensuring that each playthrough is unique. This adds a high level of replayability to the game, as players will need to adapt their strategies each time they play. With its combination of cooperative multiplayer, strategic looting and equipment systems, and dynamic enemy encounters, Blight Survival is shaping up to be a standout title in the zombie game genre. Whether you're teaming up with friends or braving the apocalypse solo, this game promises to deliver a thrilling and challenging survival experience. Previously announced to be coming out in March this year, I delayed it more than 3 times already and finally came out on November 10th, number 10. It's once again the day before the critically acclaimed open-world survival multiplayer shooter and one of the few AAA games in quality that's being built with the use of Unreal Engine 5. We got a new trailer for We Didn't Kiss You, and most of the game not only has a huge multiplayer campaign but also an equally big single-player campaign to boot. Paradise Project is an upcoming zombie survival game that is set to bring a fresh perspective to the genre. Slated for release in December 2023, this game introduces a unique mechanic that sets it apart from other new zombie games: the ability to control the zombies themselves. In Paradise Project, players are not just survivors trying to fend off hordes of the undead. Instead, they have the power to command the minds of the zombies, turning these traditionally feared enemies into valuable assets. This innovative twist adds a new layer of strategy to the game, as players must decide when and how to use their zombie minions to their advantage. The game still retains the core elements of a survival game. Players will need to gather resources, craft weapons, and build defenses to protect themselves from the zombie apocalypse. However, the ability to control zombies adds an extra dimension to these tasks. For example, zombies could be used to gather resources, defend your base, or even launch attacks on other survivors. The ability to control zombies also brings new possibilities for combat. Instead of just fighting off zombies, players can command their zombie minions to attack enemies, creating more dynamic and strategic battles. Despite its unique premise, Paradise Project promises to deliver the tense and thrilling gameplay that fans of zombie survival games love. With its innovative mechanics and traditional survival gameplay, Paradise Project is shaping up to be a must-play game for fans of the genre. Nakwon: Last Paradise will put you in Seoul, Korea, during the zombie apocalypse. Guns aren't easy to come by, so you'll need to work your way around the city and use what you can when you can so you can survive and make it to the next location. The game is PvPvE, which means the zombies aren't your only threat. You'll need to trust sparingly and think wisely if you wish to make it. When Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl was revealed in 2018, players were excited to hop into the world of a series that found a die-hard cult community on PC with the release of the first game. Its sequel was originally supposed to be released in late 2022, but due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the Kiev-based studio GSC Game World had to move its operation to Prague in the Czech Republic. Due to their circumstances, it's safe to assume anything and everything is on the table, but fans are hoping to be able to play the game in the early parts of 2024. It'll also be releasing day one on Xbox Game Pass, which will infuse it with a large player base willing to explore what it has to offer. Yet Another Zombie Survivors is an upcoming roguelite-style bullet-run action RPG that promises to deliver a thrilling and dynamic zombie killing experience. The game is set to release in the second quarter of 2023. In Yet Another Zombie Survivors, players can choose to play as a lone soldier or as part of a group of mercenaries. This choice affects the gameplay significantly, offering different strategies and challenges. As a solo soldier, players will need to rely on their skills and quick reflexes to survive. On the other hand, Playing as a group of mercenaries allows for more coordinated attacks and tactics, potentially taking down more zombies at once but also dealing with the challenge of managing a team. The game features roguelite elements, which means that each playthrough will be different. Levels, enemy placements, and loot are procedurally generated, ensuring that no two games are the same. This adds a layer of unpredictability and replayability to the game, as players will need to adapt their strategies on the fly based on the unique circumstances of each run. The bullet run aspect of the game refers to its fast-paced, action-packed combat. Players will need to dodge, weave, and sprint through hordes of zombies while unleashing a barrage of bullets. This high-octane gameplay style promises to keep players on their toes and deliver a constant adrenaline rush. Yet another Zombie Survivors combines the strategic depth of a roguelite, the intense action of a bullet run game, and the thrilling horror of a zombie survival game. Whether you prefer to go it alone or work as part of a team, this game offers a fresh and exciting take on the zombie genre. Come November 3rd this year, we can finally have hands on Quantum Error, a one-off if not the most awaited survival horror game in the past few years that was scratched from the ground up more than twice to be made with a better engine. This game is no longer a PlayStation 5 exclusive anymore. It's now coming to PCs, Xbox Series, and even the PlayStation 4. To accompany the good news, we got some Unreal Engine 5 4K 60 frames per second on PlayStation's official trailer. No More Room in Hell 2 is the sequel to the beloved mod and embraces all the first game did while expanding the world you must survive in. The dead are everywhere, and you are a group of survivors trying to get to safety. Within your group of up to 8 players, you must work together and overcome the zombie horde. The zombies are relentless, so cut loose on them to ensure they stay down. Each map you go to will be randomized in some way, and you'll search for weapons, ammo, and ways out so that you can live and not become part of the undead. So, did you like the games I recommended? So leave your like, subscribe to the channel to follow me, and activate the bell because I post a lot of videos on this channel and you can't miss it. I would like to remind you that in the description we have a list of different products that can make your gaming experience much better. If you want to buy, the link will be in the description. Anyway, thank you very much for following me this far, and until next time, bye.